Hello everybody, my name is Asanobia. Today I'm going to talk about seatbelt analogy for life and how seatbelts can help to save life. In my first step, before I proceed further, I will talk about the importance of putting on a seatbelt. I will measure 7 points. Number one, affecting insurance. This simply means that if you are without an seat belt, then you got an accident, then you cannot able to claim insurance, right? Then number two, it is a law. Wearing a seatbelt is a legal requirement for all drivers and passenger, right? For example, insurance policies, then the road authorities policies, right? So those are the reason why you should put on seatbelt. Point number three, the most important benefit of a seatbelt is safety, right? So safety is the most important thing why you put on seatbelt. Then number four, airbag and seatbelt work simultaneously, right? This simply means that when you put on a seatbelt, like if you are a driver, right, you put on your seatbelt, immediately you have an accident, right, the airbag can immediately come out because of the shock. So that simply means that you need to have your seatbelt. It works simultaneously with the airbag. Then point number five, why you should put on seatbelt. It can protect against a hard road impact. This simply means that whenever the road is very hard, rough and difficult, right, because of you have a seatbelt, it can control your movement, right? Let's say for instance, a driver, you are driving a very hard or rough road, but because of you put your seatbelt on, you cannot able to move from left to right. It can control and minimize the force at which you are moving, right? Because sometimes if you are without seatbelt, you can lose control of the steering, right? Then point number six is to minimize the risk of several injuries. If you had an accident, right, it can minimize the injuries, right? Then number seven, it can reduce fatal incidents, right? So whenever there's also accident or what, it can minimize it. Then another steps, what can you do, right? What can you do as a human being, as a person? Our first step is to be secure. How you can be secure? Always wear your seat belts in any vehicle, right, where available. So whenever you want to board any vehicle, whether you are a driver or a passenger, make sure that you put your seat belt on. Then point number two, you have to protect others. How we can protect others? Make sure that everyone else wear their seat belts on every journey. For example, your kids, right, your friends, whenever they board a vehicle, try to sensitize them, give them the awareness and explain to them the importance of putting on a seat belt, right? Then I'm going to talk about number three, right, spreading the words. How can you spreading the words, right? Spreading the words simply means that you have to explain the risks of not wearing a seat belt. Explain to employee that if you don't put on seat belt, these are the consequences in case there is an accident, in case there is a fatal accident, you cannot able to cover your insurance, right? So these are basically the importance of seat belts. Thank you very much all, and I hope some people or many people will follow these procedures because it can help save lives and also share this information so someone or some people might learn from this one. Thank you very much.